You ever been on a sales call and it just feels stiff? You know, a little too formal, almost like a job interview? You can practically feel the other person's guard go up. Well, what if I told you that the secret to getting them to actually listen is to do the complete opposite, to make the whole thing feel like no big deal? Stick around because we're about to break down a principle that's going to completely change the vibe of your conversations.
All right, so where's this idea coming from? It's straight out of chapter 13 of the book Prospecting Rules. We're zeroing in on principle number 7, which is called Casualize and Minimize. And the whole goal here is super simple. We want to lower the pressure, make people feel comfortable, and get them to a place where they can really hear what you're saying.
So here's our game plan. First, we'll cover the core principle. Then we'll get into the psychology of why being casual is so much better than being formal. We'll talk about the signals you're sending, the art of making the next step seem like no biggie. And then, the best part, we'll see it all come to life with some real-world before and after examples.
Okay, let's get into it. The main idea is right there in the name. You want to keep the conversation simple, informal, and relaxed. I mean, think about it. When a conversation feels easy, the other person is just way more open and receptive, right? It's all about getting rid of that friction and formality that puts people on the defensive. You know, the author uses this fantastic quote from Albert Einstein to frame the whole chapter, and it is just perfect. This isn't about being sloppy or unprepared. It's about being elegant in your simplicity. The goal is to ditch all that intimidating corporate speak and just have a simple human-to-human conversation. So why does this actually work so well? Well, it all boils down to some pretty basic human psychology. Just think about it for a second. When do you feel more open? When you're all dressed up at some stuffy formal event, or when you're just chilling in jeans with a friend? Exactly. Most of us are just more at ease when things are casual, and that's where a real connection can actually happen.
And this proverb just hits the nail on the head. When you try to deliver this perfectly polished, super formal pitch, you often just come across as, well, robotic and maybe a little insincere. It's so much better to just be a real person, you know? To be natural and casual. Your prospect wants to be comfortable, and the fastest way to make them feel that way is to be comfortable yourself.
Okay, now this table is where things get really practical. Just look at the difference in feeling here. Have a meeting? Sounds like a chore, right? A big commitment. But get together for half a cup of coffee? That sounds easy, quick, no pressure. Same thing with swapping appointment for a short visit, or a big scary presentation for a quick overview. These little word changes are so powerful because they totally reframe the entire request. But this goes way deeper than just picking the right words. Let's talk about the powerful, subconscious signals your tone is sending to the person on the other end. When you're relaxed, you're communicating so much more than just your message. Your casual approach, it's like a green light for the prospect. A really formal, serious tone, that can feel like a red flag, you know? It triggers that little alarm in their head that says, warning, salesperson approaching, shields up. But a casual tone? Well, that gives them the all-clear signal to just relax, lower the shields, and actually listen. And this slide breaks it down perfectly. Here are the 3 signals you're sending. Number 1, you show you don't take yourself too seriously, which instantly makes you more relatable. Number 2, you show you're super comfortable with your subject. That confidence is contagious. And number 3, this is the big one, you signal that you don't really care if they're interested or not. Now, of course you care, but projecting that cool, nonchalant vibe, it takes all the pressure off, and weirdly enough, it makes them even more curious. So that brings us to the next layer of this whole thing, actively minimizing, or as the book calls it, trivializing the next step. This is all about making the act of moving forward feel incredibly small, super easy. It's about making them feel like they're not even really making a decision at all.
Okay, this is a really important distinction. You are not saying your product or your opportunity is trivial. Absolutely not. What you're trivializing is the process. The goal is to make that immediate next step, like watching a quick video or having a short chat, seem so insignificant that the whole idea of making a decision doesn't even pop into their head. The phrase "no big deal" is basically your superpower here.
All right, now for my favorite part. Let's see how this all comes together and completely flips a real-world prospecting script. We're going to look at a classic, stuffy, formal approach, and then see what happens when we rewrite it using this casualize and minimize principle. Just listen to how heavy that sounds. Take that home and study the information. Study? That sounds like homework. Who wants to do that? And then set an appointment to discuss all of the details. Every single phrase just screams serious, time-consuming commitment. This is exactly the kind of language that makes a prospect back away slowly.
Okay, now feel the difference. Jack, this is real simple. Check out the info on the disc. If you like what you see, we'll visit over half a cup of coffee and fill in the gaps. See? It's friendly, it's low-key, but the ending, that's the real magic. If you don't, it's no big deal. At least you know one more thing you're not interested in. Boom, you just removed every ounce of risk and pressure right off their shoulders.
And this just lays it all out so clearly. The stiff approach feels like a ton of work. It implies a huge decision has to be made. It's high commitment, high pressure. The casual approach, on the other hand, sounds easy. It frames the whole thing as no big deal, which means it's low commitment, and most importantly, it feels completely risk-free to the prospect. So if you only take one thing away from all this, let it be this right here. Your number one job in a prospecting call is to make the other person feel as comfortable and relaxed as you possibly can. When you lower the pressure, you lower their defenses. And when their defenses come down, that's when they're finally in a place to actually listen to you. So I'm gonna leave you with a challenge. Think about your own process, your own scripts. What is just one single word, like changing meeting to chat or appointment to visit, that you can swap out on your very next call to start putting this incredible principle into practice?